Hey there, y'all. Disney D Prince here today with what is probably the most highly anticipated of the Shadow High dolls, for me at least, is the Series 1 Ash Silverstone. And he looks great. He has some AirPod accessories in his ears. He's got some pretty cool, street style clothes. He's got two pairs of shoes. We've got a comb back there. He is our silver tone doll. He looks really cool. His eyes are gorgeous. And he is a vis- audio and visual effects focus. Here he is on the back of the box, right front and center. And it's Rainbow High has officially met its match. Expect the unexpected from the fine arts students of Shadow High. And now the whole gimmick of these is that they are the inverse of Rainbow High, which means they are lacking of all the colors. So it's mainly gray tones and things of that nature in that line. But they do a ton of different color shades that are in this, and it just makes them all the more interesting on some cases. But he does have a new face mold, which is great, and I will show you compared to our other two Rainbow High boys in just a minute. But we are going to get him out so we can show him off. Now, I had to drive to a couple different stores. The one that said they had him that I drove to furthest wound up not having him. And then today I actually found him in the store, but I had to ask the employee to get him from the back because apparently he just wasn't out on the shelves yet, even though Target said he was in stock. And I was like, Target's very good with their inventory tracking. He was the standard $29.99 for all of these that have been going, which that's not a horrible price for the fashion dolls, but it's just not a great price overall. The nice thing is that the way they produce these, they will wind up going on sale probably sometime in mid-June. But they'll eventually hit a price point that they stay at. They did redesign the boxes to have these little tabs to pull out, so you're not going to find these dolls without their second outfit most of the time, hopefully. Which is nice, because sometimes you do find them without the outfits in stores. Here he is. Look at those eyes. He has a rainbow in his eyes, and he looks awesome. There is a little cut in his hair on both sides. He does have a lot smaller eyes. I think he may actually have Daphne-sized eyes. But just look at him compared to the first boy that we got, to River. Like, look at that eye shape difference. Like, it is like a third smaller at least on Ash. We are going to release him from his plastic prison here in just a second. Does look like he has some socks, which is kind of cool. It's always nice when we get the boy dolls and they have extra accessories. Ash would probably be one of the ones that I would wind up getting duplicates of. Just because they don't make boys very often. And most of the time, it's a pretty easy thing to do a recolor of the boys. But I don't know if that's actually going to be as easy in these neutral tones, just because there's not as much wiggle room on the hair tone. You'll actually have to physically reroute the dolls, which is not a great thing. These Rainbow High dolls are kind of hard-headed to reroute, so you'll have to keep warming the head. But he should have the neck articulation, which he does. So it's a little stiff, but, and this one's got a little clip in there. I don't love these on Rainbow High dolls because they're never really secured well enough for me. This type of clip. As you can see, there's that little nipple. But it's a cool jacket. It does say Shadow High here on the back and some kanji. I like that it's not cuffed here at the sleeves, because it's sometimes really hard to get the boy clothes to fit onto the dolls because of tightness in the sleeves. Here are his shoes. They do say Shadow on each one, so that's kind of cool. So we do have some pockets on the side. It says level 99 and Shadow again, where we would normally see sparkle on this kind of patch. Let's see what his shirt underneath looks like. So he does have just like a plain black tee pretty much. It says Shadow, Shadow, Shadow. There's nothing else on the back, which is nice. I can style this really well, most likely. Let's double check that they didn't change up the boy's articulation. So it should just be this way. He's a little dirty underneath there from all the fuzz from his shirt. But still very cool. The boys have decent articulation. Not great, but decent. Again, there are those AirPods I was talking about. They are just earbuds, though. Or not earbuds, earrings. Like that. So you just pop them off and then stick them back in like that, in the same way you do earrings. So that's kind of cool. And then we're going to take off these shoes. These feel like they're a recolor of Jade's, or at the very least, just a redesign. And you do have to be a little more careful with the boys' shoes, taking them on and off, because they have something that I want on every doll, which is ankle articulation. It does have these little socks. Very cute little socks. But look at those ankles. Nice. If they had any shoes big enough, he could almost wear heels. But yeah, very cool. He does have silver boxer briefs, so that's kind of fun to match my silver nails. But very cool. I do love the articulation here on the boys. The only thing I want is a chest articulation right here and double articulation here at the elbows, and these dolls would be perfect. They're pretty proportionate, but it's in like a weird way sometimes. So there he is. He's very cool. He's giving feet pics to the internet. And let's take a look at his second outfit. And they did make these a little easier to open now, which is nice. Compared to you having to like pull them out and everything stapled in 8 times. And yeah. So these have kind of minimal staples on the boxes now, I've noticed. Which I appreciate. Because that only took like 5 staples to get that out. So, gotta love a convenient king, right? So this one does have a hood. It's not a hood that's big enough to go over the head, but it does have a full hood. And let's see, how does this work? So, all right. Unfortunately, I don't know where everything is done in. There's like 8 staples that are holding it together as an outfit, which is unfortunate. Okay, there's that one. This one. Okay, and then this one. Okay. The only reason I'm so picky about these little staples is they do leave these holes in the shirts. I don't love that they do that. And it seems like every doll maker is determined to use staples, except for the most recent releases of the Disney Store classic dolls. They use no plastic inside their doll packaging, which is fan-freaking-tastic. I love this shirt. This is a cool shirt. It's got a holographic spaceman on it. This jacket isn't too... I think that says Eclipse. Yeah, Eclipse is what that says. And it says it again on this side. So this jacket is pretty basic. So I like that. It's got these cool details with the buckles. Again, this hood is not big enough to actually go over his head, but one thing at a time. It just goes on the same way. Oh, and who's surprised? Not me. We've got another thing of staples. This time we can go inside, I think. Dang it. Okay, I think we got them all now. Okay, yeah. At least all the ones connecting it to the thing. So, very cool little, whatchamacallits. Again, I don't love that they do this to us as doll collectors because it leaves these holes in what's otherwise a really good quality shirt. You could use some hot water to kind of shrink it, but that also runs the risk of damaging any decals and things. Also trying not to have any nail polish run off on this. But it's very cool. I love this design. And let's take a look at the shorts, which are not attached. Why is there something attached to them? Of course, there's one hidden in between the layers of pants. God bless America. All right. So here are our tights that go underneath. These are very cool. They could be worn on their own without any sort of like iffiness. Like these would just look like pants. So very cute. And then we have these kind of more basic, just like gray shorts. The only thing it's got is that SH for Shadow High. So let's take a look at the pants to get them on. Okay. And this is what I mean when I say cuffed at the ankles and the wrists, because sometimes their stuff is just too big to fit through compared to their ankles and things. To make things skinny. All right, there we go. Almost got everything. Oh, and there is Velcro on these. I didn't notice that. I thought they were just tights. And you can actually see the knees a little bit through these. So that's kind of cool. But again, that doesn't look like it's not meant to just be worn as pants. Compared to having the shorts over them, which these do look cool, but I don't think if I was styling him I would include the shorts. But that's what the shorts look like over the pants. Again, not horrible. You can tighten the shorts a little bit with the drawstring. I don't think I'd put them on, so I'm not gonna leave them on. I'd probably put the shorts with the other outfit instead of the sweatpants, and use the sweatpants for someone else. But very cool. And those gray shorts leave behind a very kind of obvious pilling from the material, which kind of sucks, but that's okay. In the long run, it's still a good material to use. It's just one of those things you got to brush off every time you take it off. Here we have this. We've got our shirt. Very cute. And then let me show you guys what the jacket looks like on. And these are like pleather sleeves, which is great. Oh, I wasn't gonna need to take these off. Come on, prove me right. Proving me wrong. I don't love taking off doll hands to put on clothes, because every time you take them off is just a chance for those hands to get lost. But it's all right. Come on, little stupid thing. There we go. It took a hot minute to get that hand back in there. So I think I'm just gonna push it through on this one. But it looks very cool. I like this outfit. Again, you could kinda, sorta try to fit the head in, but not really. You're gonna mess up the hair trying to get it over. He does have this head pretty much just glued down, which kind of sucks. Because once you wash his hair out, it is going to do kind of whatever it wants to. But still very cute. I'm in love with his eyes. I do want them to release more boy dolls that are colorized. Here is our second pair of shoes. You can see they're open at the back, which is nice. They look pretty good. They say Shadow and Los Angeles. Very cool. So we're going to just put these straight onto the foot. these go on a little easier than the other ones did. But yeah, so I mean, that's what he looks like in his outfit, in his second outfit, which is really cool. And then we've got, of course, his stand, which I'm going to assemble now because I forgot to at the beginning. I do like how the boys have kept their original stand piece, which I'll show you in just a second, compared to the girls that got an upgraded sort of stand that's not as sturdy. Look at the difference between this one and then one of these. All the Rainbow High stands used to look like this in Series 1. And these are super sturdy. They were harder to get the doll out of, though, and into the stand. But once they were in those stands, they were set. They weren't really going anywhere, which was nice. Because, like, let me show you how these kind of work. You do have to be a little more careful, some of them, and sort of grip them by the side half the time. But they are much sturdier when it comes to it. Like, he's not going anywhere from that stand. It comes around pretty much to his belly button to keep that doll in place. But yeah, so there he is in his second outfit, as you can see. He looks good. I didn't keep the shorts on him because I don't really like those shorts. But yeah. And so here he is compared to Nicole. And here he is compared to Heather. And as you can see, their skin does form a gradient going down. So yeah, it's a very cool doll. Again, he's only our third Rainbow High boy. The first one being River, and the second one being Finn. And both of these have different face molds as well. I'm pretty sure they have different face molds. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, difference in the ears, I'm pretty sure. But these are our other two boys. And here's our flashback to the past with our girls. They do all look good. All of them look good in their own ways. The quality, of course, is great with Rainbow High. My one complaint, really, with Rainbow High dolls in general is the lack of further articulation. But that's just kind of the risk you run with Playline dolls. So, if you guys have any questions about Ash, let me know in the comments. If you have gotten him yourself and have restyled him with any other pieces from your collections, I'd love to hear about them. And as always, follow along for some more fun unboxings. Bye, y'all. Be good.